Hi. Today, well, tonight, whenever this video goes out, I will be looking at the Praetorian, which is, I think I butchered that. I'm pretty sure it's Praetorian, with power axe. Now, I had a short that I ranted about the, how did I just contempter dreadnought, with like all the weapons he gets, like all these, you could see him on camera here. It's all these crazy weapons, and like our 40k stuff gets like two choices between a assault cannon and a plasma gun, or plasma, whatever it is, a plasma cannon, I'll just call it that. Or you got the other side, which is a hand and either a flamer or a bolter, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Then you got the chest guns, which are missiles and such, and this doesn't get chest guns, but the other version of that does. So I wanted to kind of look into some character minis. Now, I've been trying to get a World Eater Contempter Dreadnought chassis, but it got sold out. They brought it back, and then it proceeded to sell out in a day. So hopefully I'll be able to snag one again. But I've looked into a bunch of character minis. This is where we're going to start for today, because I will start out with a rant. I'm jealous of 30k stuff again. It seems like they put more effort into it modeling, because look at just the sprue. There's a gigantic cape he gets. He gets all this frill, all this fanciness. I mean, like, the only thing that character minis get outside of like this is just regular iron halos, and like their armor isn't even this good looking. It's wild. I don't understand it. Now, will I use all this for this mini today? No, I'm probably gonna keep the cape off. I'm probably gonna snip a couple things in this and make him a bare bones one, due to the fact that I'm going to use pieces to kit bash. So, as I just talked about that, I'll show some examples to prove a point. So, most of my character minis are Ultramarines, but I'll start without the Ultramarines first. Now, World Eaters is a bit different. I mean, they actually have some uniqueness to them. But other than this Ultramarine mini, which I kit bashed, and this was part of an upgrade sprue, and he's got his own stuff. And Titus here, because he's the only other one that's different. And the only thing that's really different on him is his Death Watch thing, and then his chest with the Ultramarine logo. That's it. That's really it. And I understand you got to make them generic so they can be any chapter, but like, even like some of my favorite character minis, they're not super, like, they don't have that frill, that fanciness, that pop like 30k minis seem to have. But then, not only that, I just said that they've got to be generic. This is not like a specific Legion mini. This is a generic mini. That's the thing I don't understand, is why, how does 30k get unique looking minis without like making them super bland like 40k did? And it could just be an armor thing. It could be part of the whole Primaris-ification, because I don't have many of the old Marines. But after I showed this off, I'm going to set these back out of the way so none of these get knocked over and fall down off my desk. But it's just frustrating. It seems like so much more gets put into these than 40k. And with the Horus Heresy 3.0 launch not going as well as GW wanted, I'd really hope that they would do some like They do some better modeling for that. Come on, guys. You can do this for 30K. So why did we get super bland stuff for 40K? I don't understand it. So I will actually, like I said, I'll actually be building this. We'll do it quickly up on camera here. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep the cape off, but it looks like there's a shoulder pad that's a part of the cape. So if I don't use the cape, I'll probably like get a hobby knife and just sit there and shape that out so it can go on to a different mini. Actually, let's pop it out real quick and we'll test it on some of the other minis. So as I was saying though, the only other mini I know of that gets a cape is the Terminator, and the Captain and Terminator armor. Sorry, I'm actually a little mad about this. I'll be honest, because like I said, it seems like they want to have all the uniqueness for 30K, and then not transfer it over hardly at all to 40K. Now I understand some minis do have obviously some like Iron Hands minis, Salamanders minis. They just got a refresh and they've got their own unique stuff. But again, the character minis. Blood Angels actually have their own unique minis. Okay, I could actually probably make this work with some minis, but not this one because he's a little short. Which it seems wild because this is supposed to be short. But now that I think about this, I do like how this mini looks. So I'll probably build it the way it's supposed to. And I'll probably just buy another sprue. And if I remember right, this dude's only like $30, and there's like a power sword version of him as well. But again, you can do him in whatever chapter you want. He's not chapter specific. They do have chapter specific ones where the design is more specifically catered to certain things, but like, let me look, because right there it looks like an Eye of Horus, and I'm looking for that arm and I don't see an Eye of Horus. So again, this is a generic character mini that has like actually good looking extra bits. And I imagine I'm not the only person who's like griped about this, because I have been listening to the Horus Heresy books. I've started it at least, and they've been really good. The only, like I said, the only disappointing thing is the minis look better than 40K minis. And when I say they look better, they're more stylized. It's not just a simple here it is. Here's your generic Space Marine. Let's add like a couple things to him, and then it's just okay, yep, it's done. So it's just ridiculous, honestly. You put that much effort into 30K, you could do the same into 40. 40Ks were well, I don't know this for sure. 40K seems to be where all the money's coming in from. So I just find it very frustrating, because not only this is 30K, but I'm pretty sure this Praetorian Power Axe is not a new design. I don't know for sure, but I'm like 50% sure that it is not a new design. So, and like I don't know what armor this is supposed to be mark wise, but it looks better than, to me it looks better than that. It's the same with Terminators and the Cataphracti Terminator armor. I think that looks so much better than the 40K Terminator armor, because the 40K Terminator armor looks bland. It doesn't have any style. It doesn't have any, to me, this is all to me. This is my opinion. This is my personal opinion. It just looks bland, and I don't know why. I know there's no way I'm the only one that thinks like that. And I don't know. I do, as I've talked about before, I like how the new Leagues of Votann minis look. I mean, there's a whole unique character that's been eaten three times. I almost said thrice. He's like the thrice devoured. And I've talked about him and how much I love that mini just because of the uniqueness to him. Now I understand, yeah, it's character mini, but this is a character mini too, and well, it's not necessarily a character, it's a leader mini, and I don't know much about Horus Heresy game wise, but it's just so much better. And like I said, you could use this stuff for kit bashing for sure. Absolutely, because if I remember right, the newest armor is supposed to be compatible with all the old sets, so it's easily hot swappable, but you'll have to do a lot of like little things to it. Actually, let's put him together real quick body wise, and then afterwards we'll do a little size comparison, because I've never actually seen them size comparisoned up against each other. So I'd expect him to be smaller because he's supposed to be 30k, and it's obviously before the Primaris Marines. But if he's taller, I'm gonna be a little upset. It's just all like, if you did that, then why'd you go with a whole new design? Let's see here. I mean, all right, here's an example. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Let me focus my camera. I really hope my camera hasn't been out of focus this entire time. If you look, there is a design of cushioning in the back part of his, I'm gonna say, neck brace. Like, that's so cool. That's so cool. Lieutenants don't get that. Lieutenants just get regular basic stuff. Let me... that's not a lieutenant. Titus doesn't get it. Yeah, none of the lieutenants get that. That is like such a small detail that makes it look so much cooler and makes it more understandable, because if you're going to be wearing something gigantic like this and it's 90%, it's not metal, it's ceramite, but it's frustrating. It shows some like comfort that he's all like, yeah, I'm gonna put some cushioning back here because I'm gonna be in this armor for the next 5 days fighting. That's just, oh, that's just, I just don't understand it. I really don't. And again, I imagine this isn't just a me thing. I imagine it's every 40k player wonders this. But like, look at this whole front set of armor. Like, there's chain dangles, and there's it looks so much better than just the bland front side armor 40k minis. Now, I will plan on having some 30k armies as well, so some of these will be built normally, some of them will be used for kit bashing to spice up my own homebrew, because while the Ultramarines were the first minis I did, I will not do any super huge kit bash creations for them due to the fact that I still kind of want them to look uniform. And if that's the case too, where they wanted, oh, we just want the minis to look uniform, that's dumb, because then why'd you do it for 40k? And I gotta figure out how this goes in here. Let's see. Let me take a look at the box art. Oh, it's supposed to go down under. Oh. Okay, it goes in like that. All right. But yeah, no, it's a little frustrating because it seems like there's so much more love for 30K by the designers and the books and everything like that. Because I haven't read much 40K books or listened, because I don't actually sit and read that much or at all. Audiobooks are great for that, but like look at the front side armor of this character. He's got so many bits and so much of a unique look that it's I'm almost gonna substitute him out for like a regular lieutenant, just because he looks so much better than a lieutenant does, and it's ridiculous because it's a 30K mini, and you'd figure that 40K is the bigger hobby. So we got that put together. I don't know which head I'm gonna use. It's not blocked in, so I'm gonna leave that for last, because you got the two options of this. Let me just pop them off real quick. Where is my? I just set them down. Oh, they're right here. So you got the Beaky Boy helmet. So I don't know which mark of power armor the Beaky Boy helmet is. Then you have like an actual face, a helmetless face. Now, the cool thing I say about the helmetless face is it's supposed to look like this is like a hair tie, and in the art, the box art, it has it painted as if it is a hair tie. But you could also probably paint it as if it's like a plume, so it could be red or whatever other color. And then just like the Beaky Boy helmet, it has like little metal studs and stuff. It just looks so much better than the stuff that I've seen out of 40K a lot. And the whole point of getting this was to talk about how I think the minis in 30K look better than 40K. Like with the new, I will say originally when the new Saturnite Terminator armor came out, I was a hater, because I don't like the huge gigantic shoulder pieces. Now I understand 40K or 30K, 40K Space Marines in general are supposed to have gigantic shoulders. I understand that, and I've really come around to liking it more. But I will say I've seen instances of people not even putting those on, and those Terminators look sick. Like without the shoulder pads, they look sweet. And I can't wait to get them now, because I like the look more without the shoulder pads than I do with the shoulder pads. And hold on, I might have just messed up. No, we're good. We can put that on still. And I just think they could do the same kind of trying in 40K. So I gotta put on his like braces for his arms and all of his other stuff. So, and then like there's like these little things here, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to go on his chest later. But, and I understand it's supposed to be like 40K lost a bunch of 30K technology, and this stuff is rare. But if that's the case, then why is the armor better if everything's supposed to divert backwards? Like everything diverts backwards, but like there's a whole bunch of lost technology. Like you can't, like contempter dreadnoughts are relics and sacred, but like you use redemptor dreadnoughts to take their place and you know their worth. I'm pretty sure that's not where that's supposed to go. Let me double check that. Nope, that's where that's supposed to go. It just seems backwards. And like I said, I understand technology is supposed to be like worse, but it can't be that bad. You can't get that. It downfall that much is ridiculous. Because like this power pack, and even if you're going like off, oh, it's not the same scale. That power pack's bigger than the regular Marines power pack. All right, I'm gonna shut up for a minute and quickly put this together, and we'll talk more afterwards. So enjoy the quick little time lapse because my voice is starting to hurt. So. Okay, we are done finally putting it together. I always find 30K minis are a little bit more complex than 40K minis. One thing I noticed while putting this together is why would you even put this on? It shows in the instructions that it goes on like the back right hip and then proceeds to immediately get covered up by a cape. Oh, it goes on the lower spot. Ah! Goes on. I see where it goes. But you know what? We'll actually move that to cover up a gap. So it'll go more like right there. to cover up that gap. So I was wondering why it was like in such a weird spot. I guess I'm gonna put it in a little bit of a weirder spot, but I don't care. It's fine to me. So this is the full mini put together. Again, okay, I'm not gonna use Captain and Terminator armor because there are Praetorians and Terminator armor, or Praetor, or whatever it's called. I'm gonna Google it right after this to figure it out. I probably should have did it before. So I don't know if he's supposed to be like a lieutenant. So let's take the fanciest lieutenant, which is this one. He's got the most bits, and he's pretty much the exact same size. I mean, he's not based, but let me quickly do that real quick. And also his arm is floating, so I need to glue that again. So while I hold this, while it continues to just glue, because super glue takes a little bit longer than that. The nice thing is head swaps will probably be the easiest with this mini, because you don't glue it, and it just literally just sets in there. Now I know it's wanting to stick to my finger, but I've probably still got a little bit of the sprue glue on me. So you got that one, or this one. Honestly, I won't say I originally wasn't a huge fan of faces, but honestly, this mini with its face looks super good. I'd say that looks a lot better than a... No, this is the only other unfaced or unhelmeted mini I have. And it was probably closer to one of the first faces I ever did, but I like that. I like that this one's got a lot more uniqueness to it. And honestly, he might become my lieutenant for my homebrew, because if you base them, and if their bases are the exact same size, which is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure all lieutenants have the same size base. Let's not worry about the helmet right now. So let's go ahead and, like, we're not gonna glue him. I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold him. You know, I'm gonna hold him in my right hand. And let's just get the head to sit in there. So he's a touch shorter, but then as long as the base size is the same, and you figure out a good, like, loadout for him in 30k, 40k, you could probably substitute. Really, you really could. And at this point, I'm basically just building a 30k army into 40k for my homebrew, but that's not true, because there's some other minis that I know for sure I want. Blade Guard Vets, I know for sure. Black Templar stuff, I know for sure. But this, substituting this out for a lieutenant, let me rip this off real quick, because I don't want it to be permanently. And it's his knee that's coming apart. Damn it. So let me super glue his knee back on. I don't know what's been the problem with me trying to build minis lately, but I've always seemed to run into this problem where they don't want to go together perfectly in that. But so I will say I like this mini a hell of a lot more. Again, just look at the detailing of, like, it has cushions in there for the backside of his head, which has a metal plate covering it. Why is there cushions back there? That's not necessary. But you know what? They're back there. So actually, since I do like the unhelmeted look more, I'm probably going to glue that in after I get done filming. But I'll say it. I'll say it again, 30k minis are better than 40k by design. Now, I'm a huge fan of Blade Guard veterans, and I think like the closest thing there is to those are like the Reaver squad of the World Eaters, and I don't know what else. There might be another one that I'll throw up on screen here that is kind of the same, but I'll say 40k Blade Guard vets are pretty hard to beat, but a lot of these 30k minis look really good. And I am going to very much have a short rant right after I get done recording this. So I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Just leaving a like helps with the algorithm or something. I don't know. I don't do all this YouTube stuff professionally. I just do this stuff for fun. And apparently YouTube's being a giant pain. I haven't noticed it because I'm a small channel, and I doubt I ever will get noticed for those kinds of things. So anyways, thank you. I will see you in the next video and or live stream. I was originally going to build this on stream, but stream got canceled for the day that I built this. So hopefully I'll have a couple more things to build sometime in the near future. So again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.